Hey guys, if you're in the middle of replacing your Exmark spindles, this is a turf tracer, and I just got 2 of the 3 off on that side. There are other people that take care of the pulleys first, but I'm telling you, the easiest thing to do is leave the pulley on and have it be a 2-person operation. Have a 9/16 wrench right here, and have a guy with a socket underneath the deck, preferably an air socket, so you can go on and get a wrench on top and turn all these off at once. And once you get the spindle out, take a block of wood and just press it here on top and knock the spindle out right here, and then the whole assembly basically comes off. And at that point, you can punch out the bolts that remain, and that's what'll be left. So anyway guys, hope this helps, and good luck. Hey guys, part 2 of my video. So just knocked out the center wheel spindle, or excuse me, blade spindle. And that took a lot more effort than a simple knockout than on these 2. So if I were you, I would take out the keys with a punch and a hammer and just get a decent sized sledge like that one to basically just direct blows on top, and then it should come out accordingly. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Hey guys, I want to show you what this looks like after I put the spindles I got back on. So I went on Amazon and got the 810 spindle assembly. Just so you know, you can shop for the proper spindle assembly with them by the model number. So that's on a data plate over here. I'll show you mine. Right there on your Exmark. So you can confirm what you need by doing it that way. So the spindle comes fully assembled. So you'll basically take your 33, or excuse me, I guess it's a 32 millimeter socket, work it apart, and these things come apart very easily. So once you take that nut off and then take your wheel pulley off, one of the things that's going to happen is that shaft has a pretty good chance of just falling right on out. So if I were you, I would go on and take the shaft off, and then I would highly recommend going to Tractor Supply and buying new hardware, because this is the hardware that I took off, and I was able to get 18 nuts and bolts, I think for like 15 bucks. Grade 8 hardware. It's going to be a 9/16 inch head. I think it's going to be a 3/8 inch thread count, and I believe it's 1.5 inches as confirmed by Google AI. So this is where having someone else really helpful, because you're going to go in from underneath, install the spindle. Someone up top can basically drop in the bolts, and then you can, once the bolts are dropped, you can basically get hand tight the nuts to make sure that the new spindle doesn't fall out, and that really made this whole process infinitely easier. So anyway guys, if you're having to do this, good luck. I don't have any experience with 810, but given what Exmark wanted for a whole new spindle assembly, I figured I'd roll the dice and do this, since everyone, even on some of the Exmark forums I'm a member of, recommended them. So anyway guys, I'll make a follow-up video in the comments if I'm not happy with these spindles, but since I only basically mow my own 1.5 acres with this Exmark, I figured I'd give them a shot. So anyway guys, if you're doing this, good luck, and happy mowing. Hey guys, I just installed the 810 spindles on my Exmark turf tracer, and this is one of the, I guess, more unfortunate things. This is the assembly you'll need to basically put in the blade. So you can tell that this hole is significantly bigger than this hole. This is the original Exmark blade. Here's the original Exmark bolt spindle. As you can tell, that's pretty solid the way it goes in here. The way you're going to have to do it if you do the 10/8 conversion is basically mount it like this. So at that point, you send it up the spindle, send it home. So if you're hoping to reuse your Exmark blades, if you do the 810 conversion, unfortunately that's not going to happen. But thankfully their blades are reasonably priced, but just wanted to make you aware of that.